Math becomes easy when you understand the pattern, and arithmetic progression is where pattern begins. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Mathify with Meenakshi. In today's video, we'll discuss topic wise important questions from chapter number 5, Arithmetic Progression, also known as AP. This chapter is crucial for understanding sequences with common difference. So let's begin with important concepts of this chapter. First, we should know what is an AP, a sequence of numbers in which the difference between two consecutive terms is always same. You can say is constant. So I will explain you this with the help of a sequence of odd numbers. You can take 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and so on. I'm writing and so on because sequence never ends. Now how we'll check that this is an AP or not? We have to simply see the difference between two consecutive terms. Now, what is the difference between 3 and 1? It's 2. Difference between 5 and 3? Again 2. Difference between 7 and 5? Again 2. And difference between 9 and 7? Again 2. So we can say, yes, this sequence is an AP because here the difference 2 is fixed. So did you observe something here? That my first term is 1. Second term is 1 plus difference, that was 2. Third, 1 plus twice of difference. Fourth term, 1 plus thrice of difference. So what we noticed here that my first term was simply I can say 1, but for second term I am adding difference one time. For third term I am adding difference two times, and for fourth term I am adding difference three times. That means if you have to find nth term, so how many times you will add difference with first term? N minus 1 times. And this is the reason why my nth term is a plus n minus 1d. So general form of an AP is a plus t, a plus 2d, a plus 3d, and so on. As I discussed, A1 is also known as first term. We can write this by A. A2 is A plus D, and so on. An is A plus N minus 1D, also known as nth term. Now I want to tell you one important note here that if three terms are in AP and they will give you expression like x plus 2 comma 2x comma 2x plus 3 are in AP. Now find the value of x or find the terms of this AP. So you can use one formula here that twice of middle term is equal to sum of extremes. Now let's move to important formulas of this chapter. So here we have four formulas. First, we have already discussed how we can find the nth term for a given AP, that is A plus n minus 1D, where A is first term, n is number of terms, and D is common difference. Suppose I have to find A10, that will be equal to A plus 9D. Now, second is sum of n terms. Now, if you have to find the sum of terms, like if I will say you have to find the sum of these five terms, so you will represent this with the help of S5, where 5 says that you have to find sum till which term. Here it's written n. So if you have to find the sum till n terms, so formula is n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 d. Now, if you know the first term of your AP and the nth term of an AP, sometimes it's also known as last term of an AP, then you can directly use this formula to find sum. That is, Sn is equal to n by 2 into a plus an, where a is your first term and an is your nth term. Now let's move to last important formula, that if they will give you the expression for sum and you have to find nth term, how you will do that? Suppose let's take one example. Suppose the formula for your Sn, they will give you like it's 2n plus n square, and they will say that you have to find a10. So how you will do? There is a direct formula. You can simply say a10 is equal to S10 minus S9, and we can find the value of S10 and S9 by putting the value of n as 10 and 9. So you have to revise these formulas, as these formulas are extremely important from an exam point of view. So make sure you will revise them properly. Now let's move to topics. So from this chapter, I have included 5 important topics for you. Let's see all the topics one by one. First, basics of AP. Under this topic, I have written two questions for you. Both are one markers. First question is which one is in AP? So I've given you four options. You have to see which one is in AP. You know, most of the students will mark A option because they don't know the fact that root A minus root B is not equal to root A minus B. Most of the students feel that root 10 minus root 5 is root 5, root 15 minus root 10 is root 5, and root 20 minus root 15 is root 5. But no, you should know this thing. So that's why this is not an AP. Now, for second, it's root 5, root 50, root 500. Now students will feel that, ma'am, if I will multiply root 10, like root 5 into root 10 is root 50, root 50 into root 10 is root 500, and root 500 into root 10 is root 5000. Yes, it's correct that if you will multiply by root 10, we'll get the next number. But what is AP? AP doesn't say about multiplication. It says that difference should be same. So this is also not an AP. Now just see third option. In third option, if you will break your root 20, see first term is root 5. Let's break root 20. If you will take the prime factorization of root 20, it will give you 2 into 2 into 5. As you know, 4 into 5 is 20. Now, if it's in pair, so it can come outside, so you can write 2 root 5. Similarly, if you will solve root 45, what is that? That is 3 into 3 into 5. 9 into 5, we know. Now, 3 can come outside, so you can write 3 root 5. And similarly, what is root 80? Again, root 80 is also, you can write 2 into 2 into 2. That means 4 times you can write 2. 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 because it's 16 into 5. Now again, two twos will come outside, so you can write 4 root 5. Now see here, it's 1 root 5, 2 root 5, 3 root 5, and 4 root 5. We can write root 5 as 1 root 5. Now if you will take the difference now, just see the difference. 2 root 5 minus 1 root 5. Now they are like terms. Like you can say 2x minus x. So it will give you 1 root 5. Now 3 root 5 minus 2 root 5. Again, they are like the root 5 you will take outside. Now 3 minus 2 is 1. Again 1 root 5. Now these two, 4 root 5 minus 3 root 5. Again, it's root 5. So here it's an AP. Now I'm telling you one thing. You can just see one rule. Whenever you multiply the number like into 4, then into 9, and then into 16. Basically, if you're multiplying with 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, so you will always get an AP. I will give you one example. Suppose first number is root 3. Then next, root 12. Next, like I'm saying 3 into 4, 12. Now 3 into 9, 27. Now next, 3 into 16, that is root 48. So if someone will give you this, again it's an AP. How we check? 3 into 4, 3 into 9, 3 into 16. So I'm just telling you this trick also, that whenever you have in root, just check this sequence. If you have this sequence into 4, into 9, into 16, it's always an AP. So correct answer is C option here. Let's move to second question. For question number two, it's written find the next term of an AP. So here it's given that it's an AP. You have to just find the next term. Again, first question is in terms of root. Now just think, whenever it's in root, now take the prime factorization, because here too it was prime number. So we can't take the prime factorization for first number, but here its first number is root 8. Now what is the prime factorization of root 8? That is 2 into 2 into 2. Again, you will take pair outside and it becomes single number. So you can write 2 root 2. If you will take what is root 18, if you know that it's a multiple of perfect square, so you can write that. Like you can write 9 into 2. Now what is root 9? If you will take that outside, 3 root 2, because it's an MCQ, so you can just use these shortcuts. Now for 32, you know that it's 16 into 2. Again, you will take 60 root 16 and it becomes 4 root 2. Yes. So I think you know the pattern. It's 2 root 2, 3 root 2, 4 root 2. So what will be the next number? It should be 5 root 2. But because it's written in this form, so let's write in this form only. How I can write 5 root 2? Because the number is outside 5. So if you want to write inside the root, you will write it 2 times. Now 5 into 5 into 2. That is root 50. That's the correct answer. Root 50. Now let's move to second part. So I will erase this first. Now we'll move to second. So I'm writing final answer here, root 50, and here it's C option. Now let's move to second part. So what we'll do? Here we'll find the common difference. So you know how we can find the common difference? Common difference is always in reverse order, like second minus 1. So you will write minus 1 by 12 minus 1 by 3. Now what is minus minus? It's positive. So you can simply write minus 1 by 12 positive 1 by 3. Now we know the LCM of 12 and 3, as 3 is a factor of 12, so directly the 12 is LCM. So you can copy the numerator of 12, that is minus 1. Here it's 3 into 4, so you will write directly 4. So that is 3 by 12. And what is 3 by 12? It's 1 by 4. So your D is 1 by 4. Now what you will do to get your next term? You will simply add D with 1 by 6. So let's add 1 by 6 and D. As you know that when we'll add D, we'll get the next term. So 1 by 6 plus 1 by 4. Just take the LCM of 6 and 4. That is 12. Now 6 into what is 12? 2. So 1 into 2, 2. 4 into what is 12? 3. So 1 into 3, 3. So answer is 5 by 12. So your next term is 5 by 12. So your answer is 5 by 12. I think these questions are clear to you. Now let's move to second topic. Find the unknown. Under this topic, I have written two questions for you. First, find the value of p for which 2p plus 1, 10, and 5p plus 5 are three consecutive terms of an AP. For this, you have to use this formula that if A, B, and C are three consecutive terms of an AP, then twice of middle term is equal to sum of extremes. So what we'll do here? Twice of middle term, that is 2 into 10, is equal to sum of extremes, that is 2p plus 1 plus 5p plus 5. Now what is twice of 10? That is 20. 2p plus 5p, 7p, and 1 plus 5, 6. Now you will transpose 6 to that side, so you will get 7p is equal to 20 minus 6, that is 14. So p is 14 by 7, and that is 2. D option is correct. Let's move to second question. Second question, find A and B such that the numbers A, 7, B, and 23 form an AP. Now you know that if four terms are in AP, so we can say that three consecutive terms are also in AP. So we'll use the formula again, that double of middle term is equal to sum of extremes. From here we'll get that 2B is equal to 30, and that implies B is 30 by 2, that means 15. So let's put the value here: A, 7, 15, and 23. Now we have to just find the value of A. First we'll find the value of D. You know that D is difference of two consecutive terms but in reverse order. So I'm taking these two, 15 minus 7. Even you can say 23 minus 15. You will get the same answer, that is 8. So my D is 8. To find A, you know this thing that A plus D is equal to 7. That will, when we'll add D, we'll get the second term. So what will be your A then? That is 7 minus 8, and that is minus 1. So A is minus 1 and B is 15. Now let's move to third topic. Third topic, nth term and number of terms. Under this topic, I have written 13 questions for you. Let's see first question. Here you have to find 12th term for the given AP. Now you should know the formula for A12, that is A plus 12 minus 1D, that is you can write A plus 11D. Now what is A plus 11D? Here A is first term, that is 14 plus 11 into D. Now what is your D? D is your difference but always in reverse order. That is 9 minus 14. You can write minus 5. If you will solve, you will get 14 minus 55, and that is minus 41. Let's move to second question. Here it's given that your 105th term, you can write A105. It's given to you that it is 56. You have to find D, and here A is also given. That means your first term is also given. Now what is A105? Just use the formula, that is A plus 105 minus 1D, that is 104D, is equal to 56. Now put the value of A here, that is 4 plus 104D is equal to 56. You will transpose 4 to that side, it becomes minus 4, that is 56 minus 4 equal to 52. Now D is 52 divided by 104, and that is half, or you can write 0.5. Let's move to third question. It's given that an is equal to 5n minus 2. Here, the general form of an is given to you, and you have to find a and d. As you know, what is a? A is nothing but a1. So if we'll put n as 1, we'll get a1. So 5 into 1 minus 2. That is 5 minus 2. That is 3. So our a is 3. Now for d, you have to find second term. Then you can find the difference of second and first. So now we'll put the value of n as 2. So that is 5 into 2. Just do it mentally. 5 into 2, 10. 10 minus 2 is 8. Now we know our A1 and A2. To find D, we'll just simply subtract A1 from A2. That is A2 minus A1. So you will get your answer. That is 8 minus 3, 5. So here your A is 3 and D is 5. So whenever the general form of an is given, first term is when you will put the value of n is equal to 1, and for d you have to subtract first from second, that is you have to find a2 minus a1. Now let's move to question 4. In question 4, it's given that sum of fourth and eighth term. Just see the word carefully, fourth and eighth term. So their sum is given to you, that is 24 is means equal to, and sum of sixth and 10th term, that is a6 plus a10 is equal to 44. So let's solve these equations. So you know the formula of A4, that is A plus 3D. A plus 3D plus what is A8? A plus 7D is equal to 24. Just add the like terms together. A plus A is 2A and 3D plus 7D is 10D. Now you will divide the whole by 2. So you will get A plus 5D is equal to 12. This is your first equation. So I'm writing here first equation, A plus 5D is equal to 12. Now we'll solve second. That means now we'll solve our A6 plus A10 is equal to 44. So let's solve this. You will write a plus 5d. What is a6? It's a plus 5d. A plus 5d plus what is a10? A plus 9d is equal to 44. Again, you will add the like terms. A plus a is 2a and 5d plus 9d is 14d. Again, you will divide that by 2. So you will get a plus 7d is equal to 22. This is your second equation. So I'm again writing here my final equation. A plus 7d is equal to 22. Now you will solve this using elimination. I like elimination. So what I will do, I will change their signs, minus, minus, minus. So you can cut a and a. Now what is 5 minus 70? That is minus 2d. And what is 12 minus 22? That is minus 10. So your d is 10 by 2, that is 5. So I know my d now. I have to just find a. So how you will find a? Just put the value of d in any one equation. I'm putting my value here, a plus 5d equal to 12. So if you will put d5 here, you will get a plus 25 is equal to 12. So now what is your a? 12 minus 25, that is minus 13. So my d is 5 and a is minus 13. When your d is positive, that means your sequence is increasing. So my final answer is first term is minus 13, second is minus 13 plus 5, that is minus 8, and third is minus 8 plus 5, that is minus 3. You have to just find the first three terms of an AP. So I've written minus 13, minus 8, minus 3. Now let's move to question number 5. You have to find seventh term from the end. So whenever you have to find any term from the end, what you will do, you will always reverse your AP, like 184, comma, dot 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 13, 10, 7. So here now your a becomes 184, your d becomes, just do the subtraction, 7 minus 10, that is minus 3. Earlier it was 3, now it's minus 3. Now you will find seventh term from the beginning because we have reversed our AP. So that is a plus 60. So just put the values. A is 184 plus 6 into minus 3. 6 into minus 3 is minus 18. 184 minus 18, that is 166. So correct answer is 166. Let's move to sixth question. Sixth question, is 51 a term of the AP? You have to check that is there any n such that your an is 51? So let's use the formula that an is given to you, that an is 51. You have to check that we have any n here, like n should be a whole number. So we'll use the formula 51 is equal to a plus n minus 1d, that is 5 plus n minus 1 into d. What is your d? 8 minus 5, that is 3. Now 51 minus 5 is equal to n minus 1 into 3. So that we can write 51 minus 5, that is 46, is equal to n minus 1 into 3. Now just transpose 3 to that side. 46 by 3 is equal to n minus 1. From here only you know that 46 by 3 is not a whole number. But let me write one more step for you. So just transpose this minus 1 to that side. 46 by 3 plus 1. So take the LCM, you will get 49 by 3. Now you know this is not a whole number and n should be the whole number. That's why you will say it's not possible. Answer is not possible. So in this situation, you have to just check that n is a whole number or not. Here n is not a whole number. That means it's not possible. Whole numbers are the counting numbers like 1, 2, 3, and so on. So let's move to question number 7. Which term of the AP will be 120 more than its 21st term? That means which term? You can write AN will be, that means equal to 120 more than 21st term. So let's put the values here. 120 plus 21st term means A plus 20D. Now 120 plus A is here 3 first term, and D is 15 minus 3, that is 12. 20 into 12. Now this is 123 plus 20 into 12 is 240. 240 plus 123, that is 363. That is your AN. So they are saying which term? This is a term. Which term means you have to find N here. So AN is 363. Just put the value here. Formula A plus N minus 1D is equal to 363. Now A is 3, N minus 1 into 12 is equal to 363. Just transpose 3 to that side, it becomes minus 3. So N minus 1 into 12 is equal to 360. Now you will transpose this 12 to that side, it becomes divide. So you can write n minus 1 is equal to 360 divided by 12. Now 12 into 3 is 36, so that means 30. N minus 1 is 30, so your n is 31. So you can say your 31st term will be 120 more than its 21st term. Let's move to next question, that is question number 8. In question number 8, it's very simple. It's one marker. You have D is given to you and you have to find the difference between two terms of an AP, that is 18 and 13 term. Now what is A 18? That is A plus 17D minus. Don't forget to make a bracket here because A 13 is a binomial if you will solve, because that will give you A plus 12D. Now you know this minus sign will change the signs of all the terms in bracket. So you will write A plus 17D, that you will write as it is. Now you have just hide this minus sign and you have to change the sign of all the terms in bracket, that is minus A minus 12D. Now A and minus A, that get cancelled out. So you're just left with 17D minus 12D, that is 5D. Okay, now what's the value of D here? It's 5. So 5 into 5, 25. So answer of 8th question is 25. Now let's move to question number 9. In question number 9, they are saying that you have to find the middle term for the given AP. Now how you can find the middle term? First, you should know the number of terms. Then only you can find middle term. So for finding the number of terms, we use the formula of AN. That is A plus N minus 1 into D. So what is my A here? It's 213. N we don't know. And D is 205 minus 213. That you can say minus 8. And we also know our AN, that is 37. So now we'll transpose 213 to left side. So it becomes 37 minus 213 is equal to N minus 1 into minus 8. Now you will transpose your minus 8 to that side. It becomes 37 minus 213 by minus 8 is equal to n minus 1. Now what is 37 minus 213? It's minus 176 by minus 8 is equal to n minus 1. You can cut minus minus sign. Now 8 into 2 is 16. Now again we are left with 16, that is again into 2. So n minus 1 is equal to 22. So you will transpose minus sign to that side. It becomes plus 1. So your n is 23. That means your number of terms are odd. Whenever we have odd number of terms, so what's our median? Median is n plus 1 by 2th term. That means here middle term you can say is 23 plus 1 by 2. You can say 12th term is your middle term. Now that means we have to find A12 in this question. Now what is A12? It's A plus 11D. So let's put the value here. A is 213 plus 11 into minus 8. That means 213 minus 88. And that will give you 125. So your final answer for this question is 125. Let's move to question number 10. In question number 10, they are saying that you have to find the value of n for which nth term for this AP and for this AP are equal. So here you can put a dot sign. So let's find nth term for both the APs. First, I will find nth term for first AP, that is 63, 65, 67, and so on. So that is A plus, that A is 63 here, plus n minus 1 into D. Now, what's your D here? 65 minus 63, that is, you can say 2. Now, you can use the distributive property here. 63 plus 2n minus 2. Now, what is 63 minus 2? That is 61 plus 2n. This is your nth term for first AP. Now, I will find nth term for second AP. For second AP, you can say again, what's your A here? It's 3. 3 plus n minus 1 into D. Now, what's my D here? D is 10 minus 3, that is 7. So let's multiply this. 3 plus 7n minus 7. Now what is this? 3 minus 7 is minus 4 plus 7n. So now what we have to do? We have to equate both the things because they said that an term is same. So let's equate this. So I can write 61 plus 2n is equal to minus 4 plus 7n. Now we are moving n to one side, so it becomes 7n minus 2n, and numbers to one side, minus 4 you can move to left side, that is 61 plus 4. So from here you can write your 65 is equal to 5n. Now when you will transpose 5 to that side, it becomes 65 by 5, that is 13. So you can say that for 13th term your both the APs nth term is same. That means A13 of both the APs are same. Now let's move to question number 11. Here you have to find the number of natural numbers. That means you have to find n between 101 and 999, which are divisible by both. When they will say divisible by both, that means you have to take the LCM. So in short, they are saying that you have to find the numbers between 101 and 999 that are divisible by 10. So first number that is divisible by 10 after 101, you can say after 100, it's 110. And last number is 990. So you know your AP. Now we have to just find n here. So let's find n with the help of formula an is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. Now what is my an here? It's 990, a 110 plus n minus 1 into d. What is your d here? 120 minus 110, that is 10. So let's solve this. First, you will transpose 110 to that side. That means 990 minus 110. You can write 880 divided by 10 is equal to n minus 1. You can cut the 0. So n minus 1 is equal to 88. So we can say n is equal to 88 plus 1. That is 89. So here the answer is 89. Let's move to question number 12. In question number 12, it's given that two APs have the same common difference. So let's take that common difference D. So in first AP also we have common difference D, and in second AP also we have common difference D. Now they are saying for first AP, the first term is minus 1. That means your AP is minus 1 plus D, then minus 1 plus 2D, and minus 1 plus 3d, and so on. And what is about your second AP? They said in second AP, your first term is minus 8. That means minus 8, but the common difference is same. So you can take minus 8 plus d, minus 8 plus 2d, minus 8 plus 3d, and so on. So they are saying what is the difference between their fourth term. So if you have to find the difference between fourth term, you can say what is fourth term for this? It's you can write minus 1 plus 3d minus fourth term of second AP, that is minus 8 plus 3d. If you will open this bracket, as you know, whenever we will open this bracket, what is minus minus? It's plus. I will minus minus is plus, so it's plus 8, and again minus plus is minus, so minus 3d. 3D you can cancel. You are left with minus 1 plus 8, and answer is 7. Answer is positive 7. So what you observe here, that if here it's easy, they ask for fourth term. If even if they will ask for 40th term, you can simply write that minus 1 plus 39d minus, in bracket you can write minus 8 plus 39d. 39d you will cancel out, and you just left with at minus 1 plus 8, and that is 7. So answer for this type of question is always the difference between first terms whenever your common difference is same. Let's move to 13th question. In 13th question, you have to find first positive term for the given AP. That means you have to find an is greater than 0 at which value of n. So let's start this. A plus n minus 1 into d is greater than 0. Now what is your a here? It's minus 9 plus n minus 1 into d. Now just see here carefully that what is your d? Minus 8.25 minus minus 9. And what is minus minus? It becomes plus. So you can write minus 8.25 plus 9, that means 0.75. So your d here it's 0.75, that you can write it as 3 by 4 too. Now just transpose minus 9 to that side, it becomes positive 9. You can write n minus 1 is greater than 9 into 4 by 3, because this 3 by 4 will become 4 by 3 when you will transpose. Now just cut this. So you are left with n minus 1 is greater than 12. That means n is greater than 13, because you will transpose minus 1 to the side. This implies your n is 14. You can say that your 14th term of this AP is first positive term. Now let's move to fourth topic. First question. Here expression for sum is given to you and you have to find 19th term. So we have discussed this formula that A19 is equal to S19 minus S18. So we just put the value of n as 19 and S18. So we'll get twice of 19 square plus 19, this is S19 minus S18, that is twice of 18 square plus 18. Now 19 square is 361. So twice of 361 plus 19 here minus twice of 324 plus 18. So we have to simply solve this and we'll get our answer. So twice of 361, that is 722 plus 19, and here twice of 324, that is 648 plus 18. Now what is 722 plus 19? That is 741 minus 648 plus 18, that is 666. So final answer is 75. So whenever the expression for sum is given to you and you have to find any nth term, use this formula that an is Sn minus Sn minus 1. Let's move to second question. Now S30 is 1920. So I'm not writing formula, I'm directly using the formula that is 30 by 2, n by 2, twice of a. What is a here? That we don't know. So you will write normally 2a, n minus 1. What is n here? 30. 30 minus 1 is 29 into d. We don't know even d, so write it directly, is equal to 1920. Now if you will cut this, you will get 15. So let's solve this. We'll get 2a plus 29d, and you will shift that 15 to this side, 1920 by 15. I think it's clear till here. Now 2a plus 29d is equal to, you have to simply divide 1920 by 15. So what will get? 1, 2 and 8. So 128. This is our first equation. Let's move to next equation. It's given fourth term is 18. So let's solve this. Fourth term is 18. That means A4 is given to you 18. What is A4? That is A plus 3D is equal to 18. So now we have two equations. This is our first equation and this is our second equation. This is your first equation and this is your second equation. So what I will do, I will multiply this with minus 2 just to make the coefficient additive inverse. So if you multiply this with minus 2, you will get minus 2a minus 60 is equal to minus 36. This is my second equation. Now solve these two equations, this one and this one. So when you will add these two equations, what you will get? 2a and 2a gets cancelled. So you will are left with 29 minus 6, that is 23d is equal to 128 minus 36, that is 92. Now this implies your d is 92 by 23, that is 4. So your d is 4 here. Now you have to find a. Just put the value here, that a plus 3d is 18. So that means a plus 3d means 12. A plus 12 is 18. So your a is 6 here. Now we know our A and D. D is 4, A is 6. What we have to find? We have to find 11th term. So let's find 11th term here. A11 is A plus 10D. So simply put the values. A is 6 and D is 4. So 4 into 10, 40. So answer is 46. I think this question is clear to everyone. So this question is also important because here you have used the formula of Sn and An both in single question. Let's move to third question. Find the sum of all two-digit natural numbers divisible by 4. Now you know that two-digit numbers are from 10 to 99, but we have to see the numbers divisible by 4. Now we know 10 is not divisible by 4, 11 is not divisible by 4. So first number that is divisible by 4 is 12. What about the last number? In this case, so you know that last is 96 because it's very easy for you. But in case you don't know what you will do, you will always divide the last number by that number that is given you to you, that's 4. So when you will divide, like 4 into 2 is 8 and then 1 is left, then you will carry 9. 4 into 4 is 16, so remainder is 3. So whatever you have the remainder now, you have to subtract that from last number. So 99 minus 3, now you know that your last number is 96. Now what about the next number? You know that my first number that is divisible by 4 is 12. So next simply add 4, 4 16, 20 and so on. So in this case, your D is always that number that they will ask that divisible by what number. So it's always your D. Now, here you know your AP now. They are saying you have to find the sum of this AP. But first, what you should know to find the sum? You should know N. So what is N here? That will find using the formula AN, A plus N minus 1 D. So let's use this formula to find N. AN is 96. A is 12. 12 plus N minus 1 into D. For D, you have to see reverse subtraction. That is again 16 minus 12. That is 4. Now, what you will do to find your N? I'm writing here. So N minus 1 is equal to 96 minus 12 by 4. That is N minus 1 is equal to 84 by 4. And what is that? 21. Now, it's 21 is your n minus 1. So your n is 22. Now we know that my n is 22. That means we have 22 terms that are divisible by 4. So we have to find S22. Let's find S22. That means here we can directly use the formula n by 2 into a plus an because we know our first and last term. So directly use 22 by 2, that is 11 into a plus an. I think till here it's clear. So you have to multiply 11 into sum of this 96 plus 12, that is 108, and simply multiply with 11. So you will get 1188. So this is your final answer for question number 3. Let's move to question number 4. In fourth question, you have to see one word very carefully, that is leave remainder 1. So when they will ask like this, that it will leave remainder also, so you have to just add 1. You will take a table of 3, just add 1. So table of 3 is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Now add 1. Now it becomes 4, 7, 10, 13, like this. So again it's two digit numbers, so numbers are from 10 to 99. As I told you, just add 1 with the table of 3. So the first number, when you will divide that by 3 and leaves remainder 1 is 10. Now similarly think the last number that is divisible by 3 and leaves remainder 1, that is 99 plus 100. So you have to just subtract 3. So that means your last number will be 97. Yes, I think it's clear because 96 is divisible by 3. You have to add 1. 97. You can't take 100 because then it becomes 3-digit number and you have to take 2-digit numbers. Now for AP, you will add normally this number only 3. So 13, 16 and so on. Now I told you AP, you will again use the same concept that first you will find n using this formula that 10 plus n minus 1 d and that is 3. You will find first n and then you will find Sn using formula n by 2 into a plus an because you know your a and an. So I think you can do this question on your own because here the main thing that I want to tell you is AP. That is more important. So let's move to question number 5. If you will see carefully, you can divide question 5 in two APs. One alternate one, positive ones, you can say 5, 9, 13, and so on. Last is 81. And one, you can say negative ones, minus 41, minus 39, minus 37, minus 5, and last is minus 3. So let's do. First, we'll find the sum separately and then we'll add to get the final sum. So first, I will find the sum of positive ones, that is 5 plus 9 plus so on up to 81. This is your first AP. So how you will find the sum? Again, when you know your AP and you have to find sum, first you have to use the formula of an to find n. So I will do that for you. An is a plus n minus 1d. Now here an is 81. Let's directly solve. An is 81 is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. D is 9 minus 5, that is 4. So 81 minus 5 by 4. Always move 5 first and then in division 4. 81 minus 5 by 4 is equal to n minus 1. Now, what is 81 minus 5? That is 76 by 4 is equal to n minus 1. Now, 76 by 4, that is 19. So, n is 19 plus 1, you can say 20. Now, we'll find the sum of, for finding the sum, you will find S20. Simply write 20 by 2, that is 10 into a plus an. A is 5 and an is 81. So 5 plus 81. That means 10 into 86. That is 860. So now you know the sum for this AP, positive ones. But we have to find the sum for negative ones too. So I'm writing at this corner 860. Rest I will erase. So now we'll find the sum for negative AP. So let's write that minus 41, minus 39, minus 37 and so on till minus 3. So here again we'll use the formula of an to find n first. So an is minus 3 is equal to a plus n minus 1d. Now what is your d here? Minus 39 minus 41. That is minus 39 plus 41. That's positive 2 you can write. Now always move this minus 41 to this side first. That means minus 3 plus 41 by 2 is equal to n minus 1. Now this will give you 38 by 2 is equal to n minus 1. That means n minus 1 is equal to 19. So n is 20. So again we have to find the sum for 20 terms. So let's find S20, that is 20 by 2, 10 into sum of first and last term. First is minus 41 and last is minus 3. So minus 41 plus minus 3, that you can write minus 44. So minus 44 into 10 is minus 440. This was the answer for positive terms and this is the answer for negative terms, sum. So for total sum, you will simply add them, that is 860 plus minus 440. So your final answer is plus minus minus. So you will simply subtract. So your final answer is 420. If this type of question will come, it will come for 3 to 4 marker. Okay. Let's move to sixth question. It's just a MCQ. Although I didn't give you any option. The famous mathematician associated with finding the sum of first 100 natural numbers. Just learn his name. That's Gauss. Gauss. Just learn this. He's a German mathematician, Gauss. Now let's move to question number 7. Now let's move to last topic, higher order thinking skills question. Under this topic, I have included 6 questions for you. So let's see first question. In first question, it's given that your ninth term is 11 and your 11th term is 9. So whenever you have question like this, one method is like you can simply solve that what is ninth term? A plus AD. It's given 11. And what is your 11th term? That is A plus 10D. That is 9. Now it's a linear pair of equation in two variables a and d. So you can simply solve that. But there is one trick also. So let's see that trick. Whenever your pth term is q and qth term is p. So what you can do in this case, if they will ask for p plus qth term, so see carefully p plus qth term, then it's 0. But if they will ask for any nth term, then you will add p and q and then subtract n from that. So in our case, they didn't ask sum. If they will ask sum, that is 20, you will say 0. But they ask 830. So what you have to do? You have to add 9 and 11, then subtract 30 from that. That is 20 minus 30. It's minus 10. So you can use this trick for MCQ. Let's move to one more question. As I told you that here we have two tricks. One when they will ask any nth term and when they will ask the sum. So here we have one more question, question number 4, where they ask sum like A9 is 449 and A449 is 9. Here they ask which term is 0. We know which term is 0. Their sum like 9 plus 449 term is always 0. And what is that? It is 458. So you can say that your 458th term is 0. Using which trick? Trick number 1. So we have used these two tricks. Let's move to next question. That is question number 2. In question number 2, it's given that 7 times 7th term is equal to 11 times 11th term. Yes, I think you notice something here. 7 times 7th term, 11 times 11th term. So in this case also we have one trick, that is, see here, if P into Pth term is equal to Q into Qth term, P plus Qth term is always 0. So let's use this trick here. So you can simply say that your 7 plus 11th term is always 0. That means your 18th term is always 0. This is the method using trick. Which term is 0 they're asking? 18th term is 0. They're saying find 18th term is 0. If they'll say which term is 0, you can say 18th. Now, what was the normal method? Normal is like 7 into a plus 6d is equal to 11 into a plus 10d. When you will solve this, you will get a plus 17d is 0. And that what they are asking, that what is the 18th term. So a plus 17d is 18th term. Let's move to third question. In third question, they are saying find the value of this. So let's see it carefully. First, you have to see how many brackets we have. If you will see carefully, this is 1, then 2, then 3, and last is n. So from here, we realize that we have n brackets. That means this 1 is also coming n times. So you can write 1 plus 1 plus, that it's coming n times. So we have write that. Now we'll move to next part of this. That's minus 1n plus 1 minus 2n plus 1 minus 3n plus 1 and minus n upon n plus 1. So what we can do, we can take minus 1 upon n plus 1 common. So what we are left with, here we are left with 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to n. Yes. Now, what is, as I told you that 1 is coming n times. So, what you can say about 1 plus 1 plus 1 up to n times? You can say simply it's n. Now, plus minus minus. So, minus 1 upon n plus 1. Now, you know how we can add 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to n? Yes, you can use the formula of Sn. That is n by 2, a plus an. A is 1 here. And what is n? Last term is n only. So, you can cut 1 plus n and 1 plus 1, you are left with n minus n by 2. And what is n minus n by 2? It's n by 2. So your final answer is n by 2. Let's move to next question. We have already completed question number 4. So now we'll see question number 5. In question number 5, it's given that A7 is 1 by 9 and A9 is 1 by 7. Yes, again we realize something here. But see carefully, it's 1 by. Okay, if it's A9 is 7 and A7 is 9, that we have already see the trick in the first and second trick. But here it's A7 is 1 by 9 and A9 is 1 by 7. Is there any trick? Yes, we have. See here carefully. If pth term is 1 by q and qth term is 1 by p, then the product term, that is a p into q, is always 1. So see, can we use that trick here? Yes. We can say that a 7 into ninth term is always 1. You can say, what is this? A 63 is always 1. So answer is directly 1. If it will come in MCQ, you can write directly, or for 1 marker. If it will come for 2 or 3 marker, then you have to use full show full method, like a plus 6d is equal to 1 by 9, and one equation a plus 8d is equal to 1 by 7, and now it's a linear equation in two variables a and d, so you can solve accordingly. Now let's move to sixth question. Here they are saying sum of four consecutive numbers in an AP. So let's write the general form. Whenever they will say four consecutive terms and sum is given to you, just take the terms like a minus d, a plus d. Now here the difference is 2d. So you will take the difference of 2d for next two terms also. So here it's a plus 3d, and here it's a minus 3d. So whenever in question they will say four consecutive terms whose sum is given, just take these four terms: a minus 3d, a minus d, a plus d, a plus 3d. Now why we are taking this? Because sum is given, so you can simply cut 3d with minus 3d and minus d and d. You are simply left with, you can replace the commas with plus because it's sum. So you can say 4a is 32, and from here we know the value of a, that is 8. That's why we are using this general form. I want to tell you one more thing, that whenever they will ask three consecutive numbers in AP, you can take a minus d, a and a plus d. As again, if they will give you sum, you can cut d and d. Okay, so make a note of this. Let's move to question again. Now we know our value of a. Now they are saying that you have to find the numbers. For numbers we need the value of d also, so we have to find d now. So let's see that. Now they are saying that the product of first and last term. What's the product of first and last term? A minus 3d and a plus 3d. You can use the identity here, a minus b into a plus b, that is a square minus b square. Here b is 3d, so that you can write 9d square. Second, they are saying product of two middle ones, like a minus d into a plus d, again a square minus d square. That is given to you 7 by 15. Just do cross multiplication here. You can say 15a square minus 135d square is equal to 7a square minus 7d square. Now just move a to one side. 15 minus 7, it becomes 8a square. And when you move minus 35 to that side, it becomes minus 7 plus 135, so 128d square. You can cut with a table of 8. If you cut with a table of 8, what you will get? You will get 8 into 1 is 8, and then you will get 16. So a square is equal to 16d square. So you can write 64. A square is 64 is equal to 16d square. From here you got that d square is 4. That means d is plus minus 2. D is plus minus 2. That means we have two cases. D can be 2 or D can be minus 2. So if I will put my D as 2, so what you will get, just see here carefully. A minus 3d, a is 8, 8 minus, first I'm putting d as 2. So you will write a minus 6. That is 8 minus 6, 2. Then you will get, similarly just put the values, 8 minus 2, 6, then 10, then 14. But if you will put d as minus 2, then what you will get, just see here, if you will put d as minus 2, a minus 3 into minus 2, that's 14. Then you'll get 10, then you'll get 6, then you'll get 2. So numbers are same. Either you will say 2, 6, 10, 14 or 14, 10, 6, 2. But we can show both the cases in exam. So these are your numbers. If you practice these questions sincerely, good marks are guaranteed. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel Mathify with Meenakshi. Thank you everyone.